John, what about the belief that's quite widely shared now that over the past few weeks, the pressure is beginning to get to Liverpool? They're beginning to understand, I think there's 11 games to go now, that they have a real chance, their favourites' chance, and that's having an effect. The other suggestion also was made by Graham Souness on Sky yesterday. He said they lack the guile in midfield to carve out little openings, to play Mane and Salah in. Now, I think when Firmino provides that guile, really, but they didn't have that, and they've never really had it, have they?
No, well, I think Firmino has improved, Damon. You know, I didn't like him at all when he first came in the team. He didn't seem to handle, but he's got a bit about him. You know, he's come on. He's played better. I think he did. It's just an overall thing with Liverpool. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be creating chances. Then you're not going to get any goals. It was just they were just flat, you know. And with United playing as deep as they could, they didn't have the answer to it.
Yeah.
And you would have expected more from Mane, Salah in particular, players who can do the individual stuff. You know, it just didn't happen. Salah hasn't played well this season as he has before. I think taking him off wouldn't help him, and he took him off early on in the season. Didn't help him. So it's an overall thing. You have to give Man United well for defending what they do, but you'd have to be disappointed in Liverpool in the circumstances that happened, where the players, as you quite rightly mentioned, were injured and couldn't and didn't, and for different reasons, take advantage of it. You know, it goes back to Klopp. You know, all this pressure stuff. I mean, it's a long time to go to be feeling the pressure now. I mean, usually it's the last 3 or 4 matches of the season where you have to win, where there's real pressure. I think Klopp is not handling the pressure. That's my feeling on it.
Yeah,
I don't think he's handling the pressure well.
Right,
he's the leader.
Yeah, Didi, you were at the Bayern game at Anfield on Tuesday night. What was your sense of the atmosphere around the place in terms of this pressure to sort of end a 29-year wait for a club like Liverpool? That's an age. What was your sense about the mood?
Well, before the game, I had a feeling, even when You'll Never Walk Alone was sang, it was very subdued. I think it's a combination of maybe a little bit too much confidence in a way, that people think, well, we've got a good team. Bayern Munich is struggling at the moment. We're going to put 2 or 3 past them. And then I think there's a sense of fear as well, because for the first time, they've been finalists last year. They brought in 3, 4 very good players in the summer. So I think it's you can say that they're better equipped this season than they were last season, where they did go to the Champions League final. And also fear of losing something, because it's a different mindset. If you're chasing somebody, if you try to knock somebody off their perch, or if you're ahead and they had a 6 or 7 point lead, it's down to 1 now. And you know, for the first time, they probably think we've got something to lose here, because 4-6 weeks ago, people, or most people in the country, would have made them favourites. And they said, you know, the way they're playing, they're very hard to stop. So I think psychologically it's a different challenge now for their team. And in the past, they had a few chances under Klopp. They didn't handle it too well. They've lost 3 finals under him already.
Yes.
And this is a big test now. And if the top players are not performing, obviously it is a concern. But what John just said about the manager, I think he said after the West Ham game, where they scored an offside goal and had a chance in the last minute, there was offside, and he still had to go to the referee. Yesterday, he said our rhythm was broke because there were so many stoppages and so many substitutions. Now, if you tell me I'm going to Old Trafford and they have to take 3 players off in the first half, and 1 player is struggling, hardly able to run,
and Matic wasn't playing.
And Matic wasn't playing. Now, if you offer me that before, obviously you don't want players to get injured. But if you say they have to make 3 substitutions in the first half, you take it. Hence, he spins it around and he said, our rhythm was broke and we never got it back in the game because there were too many stoppages. So these are quotes and things he said after games in recent weeks, which I didn't get, I didn't like. And maybe what John just said, maybe he's got a point there.
Yeah.
Well, Eamon, just come in on that. I've seen he's made a very good remark. I was only reading the paper this morning. Actually, he made a minus of a plus.
Yes.
You know, he made a minus. I mean, what the players taken off should be the 3 players taken off in the match. And Matty's not playing.
Yeah.
Is a plus for you. Should be a plus for. He's turning around that it upset the rhythm.
Yeah.
It was a minus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not. And in West Ham, he blew up with the referee after and made some stupid comments as well. That's a sign. If you're looking for signs of pressure on the pitch,
right,
you see it for players and they become a bit legless in that. When you see the sign of pressure on the manager, it's saying the things that he's saying.
Okay.